All right. Hey, happy Monday. My name is Jack Hickley, and you are watching another OSM update. All right. So, welcome to the OSM update this week. I have a form with actually some things I want to talk about written on it, so that we don't have what we had last week, which was a humorous yet inefficient set of outtakes where I really didn't know what I was going to say. But today we are broadcasting from right in front of the picture from kind of one of our main topics of today, which is that this past weekend we went to Spring Hill with 20 middle school students, and it was an awesome time. We had a great time with those middle school students. With some wonderful leaders at Spring Hill Camp, and it was just a great time for those students to kind of get together, spend time with friends, and in some intentional time with God, with some really good worship, and a program and a thought that really could stick with them about whether or not they were really ready to level up in as far as their relationship with God. So if you're a parent of a middle school student who went on the trip, I would encourage you to kind of ask them questions about their experience. The trip kind of ends with this consideration of community and what are you doing to be in community and to bring other people into community with you. So that's kind of a good jumping point for discussion for you with that student about what they kind of learned this weekend and where they're feeling on some of that stuff and who they can be thinking of to come on. And we the leaders kind of challenge them to think about what a retreat like this could look like next year if all of them began to kind of be thinking about who else they want to bring with them alongside, because what they learned or what they experienced was too good to keep to themselves. So it was a really awesome experience. And if your student was coming back on fire, or if your student's like, man, I missed out, there is so much good stuff that we do that I would love for your students to be a part of. Youth group every weekend during the second service is a great option. But also starting this Wednesday, we are starting up with a new series in step 2, which is kind of, there's classes for adults. So if you're a parent and you want to get plugged into one of those, there are options for you. But if you're a middle school student, you can come. And we're going to be looking at the Gospel of John over this next series. So we're going to be looking at kind of some key steps along the Gospel of John, which is just a really kind of rich experience. So that's time for them to spend together. We hang out, we have some fun, and then we kind of crack open God's Word and look at it intentionally together. So that starts this Wednesday. It's from 6:30 to 8 o'clock in the evenings, and so it's just a great opportunity for middle school students. I hope that a lot of students can come out and kind of get involved in that. Okay. So this past weekend, getting back from Spring Hill, we also still had high school youth group, so the fun did move right along with that. We had a good time. It was good turnout, and we shared a lot of laughs. We shared a lot of great worship. A game that picked up steam and got really intense with high stakes prizes. And then we kind of cracked open God's Word. We started a new series called 101, where we're going to be taking some time over the next month or so to look at some key ideas in Christianity that we know about but don't really we take for granted sometimes. And so this past weekend we looked at the idea of sin and this concept of just the fact that sin, it's easy for us to think of them as just a series of actions or things we do. Oh, well, I did this sin, that's bad. But sin is so much more than that, and it's not the actions we do, it's who we are, this key distortion outside of the way that God created us to be, and realizing that God cared about us too much to leave us in a forever broken condition, which is going to necessitate Christ coming for them. So we'll be continuing that series, looking at different concepts as we go through, but it was really an encouraging evening last night with the high schoolers. And along the lines, we have Spring Hill. We're going back to Spring Hill in a month with the high school students. And so by February 1st, we want to have registrations all kind of handled so that we can deal with some of the logistics for Spring Hill for the high school kids. So we have plenty of spots. I really hope for a good turnout for this, because I think it's going to be just an amazing trip again with those students to be able to spend time together in fellowship and really grow in some cool ways through the program that they're going to have for the high school students too. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I think that's kind of all we got for today. Stay tuned. We'll be, keeping regular posts on the Facebook page. If you want to see pictures from Spring Hill, I posted an album of photos that different students, compilations of their pictures. So really looking forward to that. And we will be back with another OSM update on Thursday. So look forward to that. And just thank you again for tuning in. I hope you guys have a great start to your week. All right. Bye-bye.